Okay, this is episode Data Science Reloaded Project, episode 02. Previously, we've seen about the business problem understanding and scraping data from different sources, the postal addresses of Toronto or Canada from Wikipedia, and also explored the coordinates about Canada longitude postal address and latitude longitude. But in this episode, we're going to clean data because in our data analysis, we need to extract the postal address, the postal codes of Toronto, along with borough and neighborhood. So as you can see here, this Toronto postal data consisting of around 9 columns and 20 rows. But this columns, each value contains the postal address, postal code, and the borough and neighborhood. So we gonna extract, or we're gonna parse or separate each value from a single value. Before that, we're gonna convert this data frame into a single one long data frame. How can we do that? Because this consists of a series of for example, a postal address along with a postal code along with the neighborhood and borough is for example starts from M1A, M2A. So this could be appended in a single column. All values, all row values are converted to a single or transformed into a single column. To do this, we are going to use pandas data manipulation methods. There are a lot of data manipulation methods in pandas library. One of the data manipulation method function is a meld function that gonna transform multiple columns into a single long columns. Okay, all right, let's transform this. Transforming into a one long column. Just Toronto data frame and Toronto df dot melt. This melt function is a Python, a pandas method is usually the to function for transforming a wide data frame into a long one, because it is a flexible and straightforward. During transforming this, we can use different parameters, but in this case, we will not use any parameters. Just you can pass this function as it is without any parameters, or by default it is none. All right, just run and let's check this Toronto data frame, and let's export the first 5 rows. All right, now it is converted to all columns into a single one long column. That is values. All the values are transformed into value column, and the column names 0 up to 8 are transformed into variable. That's a variable. All right, now we are the next step is in this value we gonna extract the postal code. The postal code is a 3-digit postal code. The first, let's take a look in this data frame, and the first 3 digits is a postal code for every column and value, then extract postal code and assign a new column in this data frame, Toronto df postal code and Toronto df dot value. That's from this value we are going to use apply function, and we pass a lambda function, anonymous function to. Then from this, from every values of a data frame, we just extract. I log the first 3 values, 0 up to 3, up to 3, and we are going to check this Toronto div head. Yeah, postal code is extracted, look like this. This is the postal code, but still the boroughs in neighborhoods are not extracted. So we are going to extract again, extract boroughs. Toronto data frame dots, and we assign the variable borough, in this case, again from value column, we pass this variable and we apply the same lambda x. This from value we use from the third up to the end of the third value from each value in the data frame, and up to, because already extracted the 3 strings from each value, and we extract include from third to the last one, and we are going to check again. All right, we have extracted the borrow from this. Now we are going to drop the variable and value columns because they are not important for our data analysis. We are extracting required data from this columns. All right, then drop the columns variable and value. Toronto def dot drop the function, and we pass the columns from the data frame variable and value, and we pass in place is true. And axis is important in this case. To drop the column, we just pass the axis parameter to 1, and in place is true. It's going to apply to the data frame. Here is keyer. Okay, here there is variable, the spelling errors, right? Now let's check our data frame. Every time we check our to see the results. All right, we got the postal code. Here we can now we are going to drop the not assigned value in each postal code. There is no borough or neighborhoods. So we are going to drop this because that is not important. Without any postal codes, without borough is not important, not associated to the any latitude, longitude, while we are going to visualize the location data. So we are going to drop this. The column borough consists of not assigned value, and we will ignore cells with a borough that is not assigned. Okay, we drop cells that consists of not assigned value. Okay, Toronto df is df dot, we just mask this Toronto df borough is not assigned. We just exclude that not assigned. We just get the values which is not including not assigned in the borough column. And all right, let's reset this index drop is true. All right, now let's check our result. Toronto df head. All right, all the columns are the values which contains not assigned is excluded in this data frame because that's not important. Not assigned means there is no borough. That postal code is not assigned any borough or neighborhood. So that will not important for our location visualization or any data analysis in this project. All right. The next step is here, as we can see here in the data frame, the borough columns contains the borough along with the neighborhoods. So the first in the bracket, the neighborhoods are listed. So we are going to extract neighborhoods from this bracket and separate the borough and the neighborhoods in a separate column because this is not important. So we are going to extract that much. Okay, in this case, we are going to use regular expression to extract, to split the strings inside these brackets. We are going to extract neighborhoods. In this case, we are going to import a regular expression. A regular expression is important for removing special characters from any string. So in this case, let's create a new column that is neighborhoods. Neighborhood. All right. And the Toronto data frame is that apply borough. Yes, we are going to use the apply function from data pandas. In this case, we are passing the lambda x and x to, regular expression is going to apply in this case. Actually, we can use a square bracket, regular expression dot find all find all is important in this case. That find is all from the string, the column and value, a string that contains brackets. So only extracting strings from that brackets. That's because that contains neighborhoods. All right. So we pass this backslash square bracket, like not square bracket inside this are all symbols, asterisks, question mark, and we pass this. Inside this, we just pass the data, the values x from the borrow column, that's the column and value. This automatically pass to this variable x. And outside this, we are going to retrieve index 0. Index 0, we can pass index 0 and exactly extract this part without any right side or without any inconvenience. All right, let's check our Toronto df. Now we have been extracted neighborhoods from borrow column, and it's just put in the separate columns of in this data frame. Okay, next we are going to extract the borrow itself from this column and assign to itself. In this case, we can simply use a split method using the right bracket. By splitting the right bracket, and we get at index 0. We can do this. A split method is better. Toronto def, we can assign borrow itself and Toronto def borrow. We use apply and lambda. Lambda is an anonymous function that is important, especially for this kind of data analysis, data manipulation, right? X dot split by right side bracket and extract the first index. A split method just split the string into list. From that list, just obtain at index 0. All right, let's check. Toronto df.head. Exactly, we got all the borrows extracted, or borrows from borrow column, and here neighborhood is separated by forward slash. This is not a good sign. Each neighborhood should separate by comma. So in this case, we are going to avoid this character or replace by comma without any space, so we are going to replace the Toronto def neighborhood dot apply lambda x dot replace the forward slash. The forward slash has spaces in the left and right side, so we just give a space forward and replace by a comma without any space. We can check this, and now we got Toronto df and head. That is now we have got all the information is extracted from this data, and we got the postal code, borough, and neighborhood. These are very important. Let's check the size, the shape of this data frame, toronto.df shape. We have 130 rows, 103 rows and 3 columns. The 3 columns are postal code, borough, neighborhood. This postal code should be the same with the coordinate data we have downloaded from the website in the previous video tutorials here. In the next time, we are going to merge the 2 data frames together based on their postal codes, and we will have around 5 columns, postal code, borough, and neighborhood. Watch the next video about merging the 2 data frames. Thanks for watching today.